We're now joined by Michelle Clark. She's the Senior Mortgage Loan Officer at Michigan First Mortgage. Michelle, thanks so much for joining us this morning.
Thank you very much, Mandy, for having me.
Michelle, could you first start off with explaining your role as the Senior Mortgage Loan Officer at Michigan First Mortgage?
So my responsibility is to help clients get into either first-time home ownership or people that are currently in a home looking to refinance or maybe even to upgrade into something newer or bigger.
Michelle, could you tell us a little bit about the steps one should take in order to apply and take out a loan?
Okay, so what you would want to do is contact myself, hopefully, to get a pre-approval. Once you go through the steps of the pre-approval process, which is basically getting a handful of items that are needed, such as your bank statements, W-2s, current pay stubs to show that you are employed, and bank statements to show the funds that you're going to be using to purchase your home. Once you get your pre-approval in hand, you want to make sure that you are working with a reputable real estate agent. We have several in this area that I personally work with myself. Again, work with somebody who knows the industry and is familiar too on how the process works.
Michelle, for someone who is a first-time buyer, what should they know? Do you have any tips or advice to guide them through that process?
Well, a lot of the misunderstanding in the market, there's a lot of people renting right now. So those are the people that I'd like to try to work with to get them into home ownership, because why build equity in somebody else's investment? Let's start building it in your own. So though the conventional program is a 20% down, we have programs today that will help clients get into home ownership with less than 20% down. Examples would be an FHA, which requires 3.5% down, a MSHA program that you can utilize, which is through Michigan. And then we at Michigan First Credit Union have our own program, which is called Turning Point. Now, though the other two programs that I mentioned do require a PMI, which is private mortgage insurance, which insures the lender because you're not putting 20% down, the Turning Point program offers you to put 10% down without PMI insurance. So you can take that savings and put that on your principal balance every month on your current mortgage.
Michelle, do you see an impact with the buyers in the housing market right now with those interest rates rising?
Yes, interest rates are not 1.75 as they were a year ago. The reality is the economy is changing right now. The housing market is changing. It is currently still a seller's market. That's because of the low inventory that we've had the last couple of years and the homes being scooped up very quickly. But rates are still anywhere between, say, a 3.5% and 4% rate right now. So though that's a little higher than what it has been for the last couple of years, these are still good interest rates, people. Don't, again, waste your money on apartment renting. Start building equity and getting your tax breaks on your own home.
Michelle, some people may be a little bit nervous about not having the perfect credit score that it may deter them from purchasing a home. What kind of advice and resources do you have to offer to them to help them maybe get into the buyer's market?
Well, I would recommend everybody at least every 6 months pull your own credit score. In the mortgage industry, we use the 3 merge. So you're going to use TransUnion, Equifax, and Experian. So say if you're buying a home or buying a car rather, they might use TransUnion or one of the other 2. But with the mortgage, you're going to pull all 3 bureaus. You can go on either credit, you can go on the annualcredit.com and pull that once a year. But be aware of what your credit is. That's first off. That way you can stay on top of it and work on it. Make sure that you understand that just because you have a lower FICO score does not mean that you can't get into home ownership. We have FICO scores that are under 640 and we can still get people into home ownership. So there are programs that are out there. So don't let that deter you. And keep in mind too that there's always the opportunity for any of the programs to get seller contributions. In addition, like on a VA, have worked with a lot of veterans in the past. Those people are not putting any money down. So veterans out there, take advantage of your veteran benefit. You've worked hard for it.
And Michelle, let's talk about some of those veterans benefits. Do you guys have specific programs at Michigan First Mortgage that are able to help those veterans that are looking to either get into home ownership or take out a loan?
Yes, at Michigan First, besides the mortgage piece of it, and again, that's a 0% down to the veterans out there, we have a lot of benefits here at the credit union piece of it, for savings accounts, boat loans, RV, car loans. What we have to offer is, unlike maybe a broker, if you go to a broker for a home loan, you're going to, in most cases, pay higher closing costs and a little bit higher interest rates. With the credit union, because we are a nonprofit, our rates are going to be lower and more competitive, and we'll be able to get you into those different type of loans, including your mortgage, at a better rate and less fees.
Michelle, as we wrap up here, is there anything else you wanted to share, either about your position as a senior mortgage loan officer or anything else about the programs that you guys have at Michigan First?
I would just like to say to everybody out there, again, don't let a FICO score detour you. Please reach out to me today. If I can get that information from you, we can actually get you a pre-approval pretty quickly. I'm going to say within an hour. So again, the market is going to be picking up again real soon. Spring is on the way. And I hope that you will consider myself and Michigan First Credit Union for your next mortgage.
Michelle, if someone does want to reach out to you, how can they go about reaching out to you or another one of your officers at Michigan First?
Okay, they can contact me directly at 248-974-9619, or they can email me at Michelle, actually it'll be M for Michelle Clark, at michiganfirst.com.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much for joining us this morning, Michelle.
Thank you for having me.